Hello everyone, so in this video I'm going to show you some cool new features that I worked on in QuizRank over the past few days. Okay, alright, so let's get started. So I'm going to sign in and I'll start showing you. Okay, alright. Okay, so the first feature I'd like to talk about is the daily quiz feature. So what this one does is each day a set of questions are being set. Okay, so 15 questions. Okay, and then they're about 50% general knowledge, and then 50% are spread across familiar categories such as entertainment, geography, music, and sports. Okay, yeah, so each day users will get opportunity to take this quiz, and it has its own leaderboard. Okay, another thing you can do is after taking the daily quiz, you'll be able to share your results on various social media platforms. Okay, all right, so let me show you how it works. So you come to the daily quiz section of the page. Okay, and then you click on start today's quiz. Great, so that'll take you to the quiz page. As you can see, you have 15 questions, and most of them, or about half of them, are general knowledge questions. Okay, great, so let me answer them and submit. Okay, which of the following is not by the man employed? I'm not sure. So the daily quiz feature is not different from the normal quiz feature in the sense that it also has a dynamic countdown feature. Okay, so depending on the sort of quiz for that particular day, you're going to have a countdown or a duration that the quiz has to be taken in order to get ranking score. Okay, so once you are ready, you can submit. But before that, let me quickly show you something. Okay, so on the home page you can see that there is a countdown of the daily quiz. Okay, so as I said earlier, the daily quiz is only valid for a certain period. Okay, and it's dynamic in terms of time zone. Okay, so what that means is that currently I'm in Ghana, and it's left with 10 hours and 2 minutes and 22 seconds for the daily quiz for today's window to end. Okay, great. So if someone is ahead of me by 2 hours, theirs will be like 8 hours 2 minutes and currently like 6 seconds. Okay, yeah, so that's it. Let me go back to the daily quiz to answer the questions again. Great, so because I'm not on the premium feature, I'll have to restart the questions. Okay, so let me answer them just randomly. Okay. Alright, so once you are ready, you can go ahead and submit. Great, so I had 2 out of 15 for this particular daily quiz. Okay, so I can go to the leaderboard to see my ranking. Okay, so as you can see for today, I'm the only one present on the daily quiz leaderboard. Okay, or the daily leaderboard. Okay, so once again, it's not any different from the normal global leaderboard, but what makes it interesting is everyone gets the same set of questions, and then the challenge is kind of the same for everyone, so we get to see who really did well and all that. Okay, great. So yeah, the next thing you can do is to share your results on various social media. Okay, so the app supports various social media, the most popular ones including X, WhatsApp, Telegram, Reddit, LinkedIn, Discord, and Slack. Okay, you can also share via device. Okay, if none of these are one of the platforms you want to share it. Okay, so I'm going to share this one on X to show you how it works. Okay, great. So you click on the platform you want to share it. Okay. Yeah, and it's going to populate for example in X, for example, is going to populate the create a new post draft for you. Okay, so let me post this right away. Great. So another cool feature about this is it has dynamic OG. Okay, an OG is this image that is created depending on the quiz that I took. Okay, so for this particular quiz, as you can see, I had 2 out of 15 and I had 3 points, and my rank is currently 1. Okay, great. So let's go back to QuizRank and then continue. Okay, so you can share on other various platforms too. Let me share on LinkedIn too to show you how that one also works. So for LinkedIn, they don't have this feature where it will take you to LinkedIn, populate the post for you. Okay, so you have to copy the post. Okay, and then open your LinkedIn. Great. So once you're on LinkedIn, you can start a new post. And paste it inside. Okay, great. So the preview is loading. Let's wait for a while. Preview is downloading. Okay, so you can post it. Great. Yeah. Great. So another cool feature about this is the post message is dynamic. Okay, so it adjusts according to the platform they are sharing with. Okay, so on X it's more like casual compared to LinkedIn, which is slightly a bit formal. Okay, great. Another thing that I'd like to share is if you haven't taken the daily quiz yet, the leaderboard wouldn't be available to you, so you have to take the daily quiz first before you can see the daily leaderboard. Okay, great. Another thing too, I think I've already showed you. Okay, so now that I've taken the quiz already, it shows me my points and also the score I got over 15. Okay, great. So that's it for the daily quiz feature. Great. The next feature I'd like to talk about is the saved feature. Okay, so this one came to me just a few days ago that maybe someone might be taking a quiz and then they'll come across an interesting question that they'll like to revisit, or maybe they find a kind of question that they don't know the answer right away but they want to research about it later or something. Okay, so then I implemented this saved feature. Okay, so you may be taking a quiz. Okay, so you're taking a quiz, you come across a question, so all you have to do is click on this bookmark feature. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether you are now taking the quiz or you've already taken the quiz already. Okay, so you just click on this bookmark feature and it's going to save it for you. So let me quickly show you an example. Okay, so let me quickly save only the even questions. Okay, just to show an example. So I'm going to save to save 4, 2, and 6, and 8. I think that's enough. Okay, so yeah, what this will do is now you can go to your saved page. Okay, and that is going to show you all the questions that you've saved. Okay, great. So this page also has cool features such as being able to search through the questions. Okay, so let's say you save the particular quiz but you only remember parts of the quiz. Okay, so let's say I saved the quiz and I only remember, let's say, Star Wars. Okay, so I can search Star Wars and it's going to filter and show me just that particular question or any of the matches that match the search filter. Okay, another cool thing is the search is it syncs with the URL. Okay, so even if I reload the page, I'm going to have the current state of the page. Okay, which is the Star Wars search. Okay, so let me clear the filter and show you other options too. So another thing too, so by default it sorts by the most recently saved quiz. Okay, sorry, question. Okay, so what you can do is you can also sort by the oldest saved. Okay, so that will start with the oldest saved ones. Okay, and then you can also sort by the easiest, so you can sort by the difficulty. Okay, so currently it's only medium questions, so there's no change here, but I hope you get the point right. You can also sort by category in terms of A to Z. Okay, so we have E, entertainment, which comes before G, general knowledge. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Great. So let me go back to the default, which is recently saved. Okay, another thing you can do is filter by difficulty. Okay, so currently we have only medium difficulty, so there's no point in applying this. But if I choose easy difficulty, realize that you don't have any match for this particular filter. Okay, great. And you can also filter by a type of question. Okay, so there are two main types of questions. We have true or false or multiple choice questions. Okay, so let's say I want to only see true or false questions. All I have to do is to select that, and it's going to show me. So this is the only match here. Okay, great. So let me go back, and then another thing you can do is also filter by category. Okay, so we have entertainment, film, there are two questions there. We have general knowledge, there are two questions there. Okay, great. Another thing you can also do is to filter to show only the questions that you missed or that you got wrong. Okay, so out of these four, I got this particular question correct. Okay, so if I want to only see the ones I got wrong, I just have to check this, and then it's going to show me only the questions that I had wrong. Okay, great. Now for the premium users, I've got some good news for you. Okay, so the good news is that you can add an unlimited number of saves to your saved section. Okay, but for free users, you are only limited to a maximum of 50 saves. Okay, so if you reach the limit, the only thing you can do is to unsave some of the questions to be able to add new ones. Okay, so to unsave, you just have to right click on a particular question, and it's going to remove it from the save. Okay, great. Now back to the premium users. So what I was saying is you have the ability to add unlimited number of questions to your saved library. Okay, you can also practice from your set of saved questions. Okay, so let's say you come across particular questions that you really want to learn, you can how do I call it? You can practice just from those set of questions. Okay, and another thing I need to make clear is if you practice from the set of questions from your saved library, the score you get doesn't add up to your leaderboard score. Okay, so there is no leaderboard score or ranking score for that. Okay, so it's only for learning purposes. Okay, and another cool feature you can do is to automatically save wrong questions. Okay, so let's say you take a quiz and then you got some of the questions wrong. If you want to make it so that each time you take a quiz and then you get some of the questions wrong, then those wrong questions to be automatically saved, you can also do that. Okay, great. So let me quickly demonstrate to you how that one works. Okay, so another thing that I need to make clear is you need to have a minimum of 5 questions in your save library to be able to practice from the save. Okay, so let me quickly add more questions. So I'm going to add let me add the 2 and 10 and 12 and 14. Great. Now that I have more than 5 questions, I can practice from my saved library. Okay, so all I have to do is to click on this practice saved button. Okay, so it's going to open this dialog, so you can choose. So you have between 5 to 7. Okay, so the minimum is 5 and the maximum is the number of questions you have so far, but it limits up to 50. Okay, so I'm going to choose just 5, and you can also choose from the available categories. Okay, so we have some from entertainment, some from television, some from general knowledge. Okay, so I'm going to leave that as random. I'm going to leave the difficulty and question types to as random. Okay, so let me just start practice quiz. Great, so now I'll just have to re-answer these questions. Okay, so let me quickly answer them randomly just to show you how it works. Okay, great, so let me submit again. Great, so I had 3 out of 5 this time. Okay, you can see this practice level. Okay, and it lets you know that the score you get from a practice quiz doesn't affect your leaderboard ranking. So we can go to the quizzes page and you'll be able to see that this particular question is a practice quiz. This particular quiz is a practice quiz. Okay, great, let me go back to the card view. Okay, great, so you can see that it's a practice quiz. Okay, and it doesn't have any ranking score. Okay, all right, good. Great, so after taking a particular practice quiz, okay, so the scores or the questions change. Okay, so if initially you got a particular question wrong and after the practice you got to try, it reflects. Okay, so it shows the most recent answer that you chose. Okay, great. Another thing you can do is to practice from wrong questions only. Okay, so currently after the initial practice I have 4 wrongs now. Okay, so that is less than the minimum to be required, so this button is disabled. Okay, so let me add another question that I got wrong so that I can be able to take a practice wrong quiz. Okay, great. So let me come to this daily quiz. Let me add this one and this one too. Okay, great. Now let's go back to the saved page. Great, so now that I have a minimum of 5 questions that I got wrong, I can take the practice saved or practice wrong quiz. Okay, so you just have to click on this button. You see this section is toggled or switch on. It means you're going to practice from wrong questions. Okay, so we have 5 questions that we got wrong. Okay, so we can choose between 5 and 6. That is our only option. Okay, so I'm going to go with the 6 and I'm going to leave the rest as optional. Okay, so I'll start the quiz and then I'll get to answer. It's not different from the other way of taking quizzes. Okay, you just get to practice with those quizzes and you get to learn more. Okay, great, so that's basically it about the saved and practice quizzes. Great, so yes, great. So the last feature that I would like to talk about is a very important feature. Okay, so users often complain to me that the questions are too random and they are unable to answer them or they are too niche. Okay, so I implemented this feature similar to the daily quiz feature, whereby about 50% of each question should take are general knowledge questions or comes from the general knowledge category, okay, which are more familiar to users. Okay, so the rest of the 50 are also from categories that are also familiar. Okay, so they are not that niche, such as anime or the like. Okay, so we have about 50% of them being from the general knowledge category and the rest of the 50 comes from very familiar categories such as entertainment. Okay, so let me show you how that one also works. Okay, great. So you start a new quiz as usual. Okay, but now you have this cool feature. Okay, so by default the selection, or by default you get about half general knowledge plus familiar topics. Okay, but you can switch back to surprise mode. Okay, so what the surprise mode does is it goes back to the initial version whereby the questions comes randomly from any kind of category. Okay, so let me go back to the balance mode. Okay, then choose 10 questions for this particular quiz. Okay, great. Now I'm going to go with easy difficulty so that I'll be able to answer some of the questions. Okay, right, so let me start this quiz. Okay, so as usual, you'll be taken to the quiz page and then you have to answer them. Okay, so let me take time and answer these ones. Which SQL keyword is used to print the I think that'll be select. Okay, great. So you realize that the questions are still kind of random, but they are more familiar. Okay, they're more familiar to you. Okay, great. So let me submit them. And I had 3 out of 10. Okay, so it works normally as the initial version. Okay, but the questions are now more familiar to you. Okay, great. Now let me go back and let me try the random version to show you how the one also works. Okay, so I'm going to surprise me. Let me choose 10 questions as usual, and let me go to easy. Start a quiz. Okay, so you see that the questions are still random. Okay, mostly random. So you have history, general knowledge, you have art, general knowledge, history, entertainment, film, entertainment, video games, Japanese anime. These are more like niche categories. Okay, that you get the questions from. Okay, great. So let me quickly answer them randomly and just submit. Okay, I have 2 unanswered questions. What is the other one? Great. That's also another cool feature where when you're about to submit a quiz but you have some of them unanswered, it will go to the first section that's been unanswered and then you have to answer them. Okay, so I'm now ready to submit and I had 4 out of 10. But alright, so that's it about the third feature, which is a more familiar set of questions for users. Okay, great. Alright, so the last set of features, more like one feature, okay, but a lot of tiny features. Okay, so those were like UI improvements. Okay, so what I did was, for example, on this dashboard you realize that there is a new design here. Okay, so you have this new style. Initially you had a huge your quizzes section here and then global leaderboard and global report here, but I've redesigned this section to make it look more nice. Okay, and you can click on this see all benefits to see all the benefits for upgrading to premium. Okay, I'm currently in the free mode. Okay, so I'll also see this go to premium CT or trigger. Okay, great. Yeah, another thing too is I removed the theme toggler. Okay, so the button that was at the top here that allows you to switch between light and dark modes have been removed and moved into the preferences section. Okay, so the preferences section has been totally redesigned. Okay, as you can see, it looks totally different and more nicer. Okay, so currently I'm in the dark mode. My system is in the dark mode too, so I can switch to system and I can switch to light mode too. Okay, very nice. Let me go back to system. Okay, there is also the experience section. Okay, so I've categorized the sound effects and the confetti functionalities into this section. Okay, so you can uncheck this. Okay, I'll toggle it back on. Okay, you can toggle it off and back on. Okay, great. And then there is this more section. Okay, so this is where the feature to automatically save wrong answers in your saved library. Okay, so if you upgrade to premium, you have this switch enabled so that you can toggle it back on, but by default it's off. Okay, and as usual we have the daily reminder here. Mine is currently set to 5 p.m. Okay, so don't forget to toggle this on so that you get the nudge to play the daily quiz. Okay, great. Another thing I'd like to show you is what else? I think that would be on the home page. Okay, so let me go back to the landing page. Sorry. Great. So there's been a few changes on the landing page as well. Okay, so we have a new set of features on the feature section. So you have the daily quiz, we have the saved questions, okay, and then we have balanced topic mix. This one I didn't give it the new badge because it's more like an already existing feature that I made some slight modifications. Okay, great. And we have the already existing features as well. Okay, great. And the pricing section too, I did some touches here as well. Okay, so as you can see, we have new features in the list. So for free users, you can save up to 50 questions from quizzes you play, and then for premium users, you can save unlimited questions. You can practice from your save library, and then you can also auto save wrong answers into your save library as you play. Okay, great. So yeah, that's basically it. Let me go back in, sign back in. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anything that I wanted to talk about, but I think that's pretty much it. Those were the three main features: the daily quiz, the saved into library feature, the more familiar quiz questions, and then also these tiny improvements. Okay, great. Another thing I'd like to show you is you can install QuizRank into your device as an application. Okay, so I've already done that, so I don't see that feature. Okay, but if you haven't, you will see some install as an app, install QuizRank into your device section at the top of the preferences here. Okay, so because I've already installed it, I have this open in app mode. Okay, so I can open it in the form of an application as if it's an application that has been installed on my app. Okay, great. And what you also get is this QuizRank thing. Okay, so as you can see, it will appear. I've pinned it in my tags bar. Okay, but the app itself will also appear in your application list. Okay, great. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm still hoping that I've not forgotten something that I wanted to talk about. I usually do, but yeah, so I think that's pretty much it, and I've remembered some features that I like to share as well. The first one, I'll have to go back to open this in Chrome. The first one is the redesign of my 404 page. So let me go to a non-existing page. Okay, so I have this nice redesign of my 404 page. Okay, much better than previously. Let me just go to non-existing, any page that doesn't exist. I'm going to show you this real cool 404 page. Okay, great. So you can go back home. Right, so yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this demo video. If there is anything you don't understand, feel free to comment in the comment section or reach out to me directly. Okay, I'll add my portfolio in the description, okay, or in the comment as well. Alright, so I think I just remembered one last feature, which is after the window for a particular daily quiz ends, okay, you should expect a notification on the ranking you got. Okay, because the daily quiz is changing throughout the day until the window ends. Okay, so you get a notification of the final score that you got. Okay, right. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy playing QuizRank. Okay, right, so bye.